The young prince was exhausted, panting and drenched in sweat from running, but he had managed to evade the dragons chasing him. When he returned to the palace, the great council had convened. The prince, nervously rubbing the moonstone ring on his finger, spoke with fear. The young prince slowly opened the grand doors of the palace and stepped inside. The members of the great council turned toward him. The room was filled with silence. The prince could feel his heart racing, but he had to be brave. "My lord," he said, his voice trembling slightly, "I managed to escape the dragons, but they might return." The oldest member of the council, a wise old man with a white beard, slowly stood up and approached the prince. "My prince," he said softly, "the ring on your finger was the only thing that protected you on this dangerous journey. Now, by using it, we can uncover the secret of the dragons." The prince gripped his ring a little tighter and asked, "What is the power of this ring?" The wise man smiled and replied, "The moonstone reveals the mysteries of the night. If you use it correctly, we can learn why the dragons are attacking." The prince looked at the ring, and despite the fear inside him, he nodded with determination. "What must I do?" he asked. The wise man, gazing at the ring, said, "My prince, at midnight, you must hold this ring in the moonlight. Then, the secrets within the ring will be revealed, and you will see the dragon's weaknesses." That night, the prince climbed to the high tower of the palace. As the moon shone brightly in the sky, he held the ring in the moonlight. The stone in the ring suddenly glowed and projected a map into the sky. On the map, the dragon's lair was marked. The prince understood that this map would lead him to the secret of the dragons. The next morning, the prince set out with a brave group of knights. The map led them to a dark cave far away. Before entering the cave, the prince whispered the magical words given to him by the wise man. The dragons were sleeping peacefully deep within the cave. Without waking the dragons, the prince reached the heart of the cave. There he found a large dragon egg. This egg was the source of the dragon's aggression. The prince used his ring to put the egg into a magical sleep. As a result, the dragons were brought to eternal peace, and the kingdom was never threatened by dragons again. When the prince returned to his kingdom, he was celebrated as a great hero. A grand feast was held in the kingdom, but for the prince, the greatest reward was knowing that his people were safe. And from that day on, the prince always made wise decisions, guided by the counsel of the wise man, ruling with justice. Peace and tranquility were never disrupted in the kingdom.